Hi everyone. We haven't done one of these in a while, and I say that every time because it's true. Okay. We must take attendance. I don't know where Milo is. Oh, I see him now. He's on the play gym. There, kind of poking his head. Right there. Yes, RC, we see you. He says me. Yep, that's him. He didn't say me. He just, yeah, he did that. He's so funny. Yeah, you're funny. That's how he laughs. How he tries to be in on the joke, so he laughs when we're laughing. Those two are there, finches and parakeets, and Kiki is where he normally is, and he's up there in the back. You can hear him. So, I'm in the middle of filming my sound video. I have to do it in 2 locations. So I just did the first location. Then I had to do this. And then the other location is after this because I'm watching the time. So, so what's going on around here? So remember this thing, Sola ball. This is the second one. Luckily they came in a pack of 3. This is the second one. Yeah, this is what he does to it. And I'm not sure if he's actually eating it, and I think that's okay if he does, because it's, you know, it's a plant. But there's also pieces everywhere. Kind of looks like popcorn. But when he likes to hold it in his foot and bring it around, carry it around with him. He likes to put his beak on it like that and then scream this hyena scream. So he's having a lot of fun with this. So when he finishes this off and I pull out number 3, I'm gonna have to order more. So, which is fine. You know, I get a toy he likes. Great. The metal toy, if you remember that one. Put that back. Somebody likes it because SRC. I have it right here. And I got vertical. And the spinny part, so that part goes up and down. And I often see it all the way down to the bottom. So then I spin it so it goes back to the middle. And then a couple days later, it will be back down to the bottom. So somebody's playing with it, but nobody has witnessed anything. So yeah. So, but hey, you know, if somebody gets fun of it, that's great and awesome. Kitties. So, one kitty, Taggy was her name. She's gone home to her new family. And I think, which is in her her new mom is, I think she's a relative of Jen. This is how small, this world is. So the relative who adopted Taggy, her name is Tara, and Tara's husband's mom, who is now deceased, but his mom was my piano teacher growing up from 3rd grade till graduated from high school. So how about that? So anyway, so she brought home Taggy a couple weekends ago, and having a great time. she's got this kitty tube, and Taggy likes to run through it, and a kitty tree, and then there was a plant next to the tree, and she put a picture on Facebook of the kitty of Taggy going with the plant, and she goes, "I moved the plant." I guess she watches her grandkids during the week, and the grandson stayed over for that weekend because something about they were taking a tree down, and he wanted to watch, and so she put up pictures of him and Taggy, and then both of them falling asleep in bed that night, and that made me cry because it's so sweet. And so and then Tara's got this big yellow lab who wants to mother everything, and so she's having fun with a little baby, a little kid, and not a little kitten, but a little kitty. Well, last weekend Tara decided to bring home a even younger kitten, like a month younger, and this one's I can't remember what she named him, her, but it's like a dark calico. There's no weight on it, and let's just say Taggy was not pleased. I don't know if she wanted to be the only baby or what, but she put a bunch of pictures of Taggy with hissing and and then finally, she put a picture up on, I think, Sunday or Monday. Taggy not only knocked over that plant, but the pot broke. And then she's like looking right at the camera, and that's like, well, she looks pretty proud of herself. Either that, or this is vengeance for bringing home that kitty. So hopefully, they'll learn to get along, and everything's fine. Downstairs, her parents are going through a housing transition. We'll get it right. Housing transition. They gotta find a different somewhere else to live. So in the meantime, they were going to adopt the one that's more black. But then a friend of Jen's had called for the other, the one that looked like Taggy. Well, she finally said, no, I changed my mind. So her parents decided, okay, we'll take that one. So they were going to take the two of them. And then, of course, the one with the white socks. Nix. I still call her Boots. Jen was already decided to keep her. So she decided that, well, since Taggy is out of the caged area and in her home, then I guess it's time to let the others out. So last weekend she decided to just open the door, and I guess it was pretty chaotic. All these kitties running around, knocking over garbage cans. Especially the same one 3 times. I guess it's been the fun side of chaotic, I guess. So there's all that. I'm trying to think. I'm saving the best news for last. So I want to get everything out in the meantime. Still trying to get through Yum Boxes. The next two Yum Boxes, both of them, I received an interesting email regarding each one of them, totally different. And so that'll be interesting to share with you when we get to them. And then the last box we did, they had those fruit chews. They they described it as a juicier Starburst. which they are. Well, I love them so much that I bought this giant bag full. So there's like there's actually 4 flavors. There's blueberry, strawberry, raspberry, and lemon. And of course, sharing with them downstairs and whatever. But it's just, so I love the Yum Store. Let's see. 2 more things. The tree outside, the zombie tree, it did finally die. There were no leaves, no nothing this spring. So it is now gone. There's just a little stump. And as soon as that gets drilled out, then I guess they'll be planting something else. We'll see what happens. And then this last weekend, I planted the rest of all my seeds, the few seeds that I had, including some sunflower seeds. I bought a packet of jumbo sunflowers. These things, according to the packet, they're supposed to grow like 15 feet high or some enormous thing. We'll see. I'll be happy with 6 feet. I'll be happy with 6 feet. So I like to use the little Jiffy pots because we have clay soil and it's hard to get stuff to grow. So if you start with the Jiffy pots with the potting soil, they at least get a good start. And then by the time the Jiffy pot disintegrates in the ground, then they've got a good hold. And I've been having really good luck with the pumpkins at least. So I went to do the sunflowers. Did pumpkins too. I went to do the sunflowers. So I get this, looks like an egg carton, and there was like 12 of them or whatever. And no, 10. There's 10 little ones. So I filled them all with soil, and I opened up the packet to put the seeds in there, and I look inside, and I'm like, what? And well, there were 6 seeds in that packet. 6. But because these were the jumbo, each seed, I am not kidding you, each seed was a good inch long. It's like, what? So I just dumped the dirt out back in the bag. I ripped off 4 of the peat things, filled the 6 back up, put 1 in each one, and then they all get split apart and they all got buried. So we'll see. See what happens. But I was like, I could not believe it. Okay, 13 minutes, and I gotta tell the main story. Okay, so the main story is try to see how short I can make this. Some time ago, several months ago, this guy at church, friend of mine at church on praise team, he said that his older son, he's got 2 sons. The younger one's graduating from high school this year. The other one's already out of the house. His older son has a tortoise, but he's not sure if he wants to keep it or not. And he goes, if he doesn't, would you like to have it? And I'm thinking, I've seen people on Instagram, and they've got multiple tortoises in the same enclosure, and they do just fine. So I said, sure. So time went on, and it's like, well, no, he hasn't decided yet. And of course I had already asked. He goes, yeah, he's a Russian tortoise, and so is mine. And he's a male, and so is mine. They're about the same age, and about 8-10 years old or whatever. And it's like, this would work out. Well, finally, he came to me 2 weeks ago and said, okay, he has decided he doesn't want the tortoise anymore. We need to arrange a drop-off and just to see how things go. Great. So we scheduled a day. I went home, and then I should have done this to begin with. I Googled something about Russian tortoises, housing Russian tortoises together. And everything all said, not a good idea. They're territorial. They will fight. And I'm like, what? But I've seen pictures of Russian tortoises, and they just do great. So what do I believe? So I texted my friend and I said, we have a problem. So we decided that we were going to continue with our plan and just see how things go. And if I have to give him back, then I give him back, and then he finds another home for him. So Saturday, last Thursday, he came over, and so he shows me Maha, M-A-H-A. Shows me Maha. Maha looks nothing like Joey. He's like half the size. It's like, I'm thinking, are you sure he isn't Russian? So we put him in there in the closure face to face like this and watched. And at first nothing, but pretty soon they started moving, and it's like, is that a good sign? And then Maha started doing these funny head movements like that, like that. And watching myself on the screen. So first they started to move around, but then all of a sudden they started opening their jaws and looking. They were trying to bite each other's legs. I was like, this is not good. So then my friend Brian, so then he grabs Maha and he says, oh, it's time to take a break. So he moved Maha to the far end of the box. Maha then decides to check out the enclosure, and he finds the water, and he kind of jumped in and took a drink of water and kind of moved his legs around, and then he came out, and then finally he's going along between the pool and the back wall, or the side wall, and just then Joey decides to go towards him. They meet. And I'm thinking they both thought, the other turtle was gone, was not there anymore. And there they were. And all of a sudden I see Joey open his mouth. I mean, I have never seen that before. And he's like he's like going towards him. And I'm like, it's like, oh no, what is going to happen? But nothing really happened. And they just and finally Brian goes, they both have ample opportunity to really attack each other, and they're not. They're just kind of like they're faking it. And just then, Joey starts turning his body like he's going to leave. And so we're like, so he goes, okay, are they just establishing this is, this is my territory, and I don't like you here, but okay, and same thing over there. So we decided so he had to leave. So let's just give it a couple hours and I'll keep checking on him. And so I did, and, it was like Maha was like following, and wherever Joey went, Maha followed. It's like, okay. And so then the next day, I told my mom, just kind of keep an eye on things, and she had to just separate. She had to. And I get home right after work, and I said, so how were things? And she goes, he follows Joey everywhere. And so, and then Saturday, so things seemed very encouraging. And then Saturday, Mom goes, I hear a noise, and she jumps up and goes into my room. And in here, the two of them are trying to bite each other's legs again, and they're blowing dirt out of their nostrils. And it's like, and they're just kind of hissing at each other, and then all of a sudden everything just kind of calms itself. And that's kind of how things have been. So he's still here. We're still on the fence, but we think maybe this could be successful. They sleep in the same spot under the green fabric. They eat their food dishes. They each have their own food dish. They put them side by side. They both eat their food. So I think we're good. Nobody's bleeding. Nobody's missing toes. So hopefully, and as far as size goes, My suspicion is that Maha is an Egyptian tortoise, not a Russian tortoise. They're the same genus, different species. But I still have to look into that. And it's very possible that Joey's not a Russian, that he's something else. Again, same genus, different species. So I have a lot of checking into all that. So, sorry. So that's the gist of what's going on around here. And now I need to end this video so I can go film the rest of Sunday's video. Yeah. So I'm trying to get I'm trying to get back into comments. It's hard. I answer you in my head and I forget to actually do it physically. So see you all in the comments and see you later. Bye.